Hello, welcome back. Boxer1 here. Today we're going to be looking at this. This is a Lego haul I got over the past week, and I wanted to show it here today. Now, I got most of this stuff at one place, besides this Marty Robbins tape and the Lego Shark, and we're going to be talking about all that here. So, I'll show you the cool pieces, the not so cool pieces, and everything in between. So, I do hope you'll enjoy. Let's get into it. I separated all the cool and interesting stuff from the like more bulk pieces, or at least the printed stuff down here. There are some interesting things up above as well. And we're going to be starting with the weird stuff or cool stuff that I got. First of all, Lego Shark. This guy I got separately from the rest of the haul, and he's the only Lego thing I got separately. Yeah, paid $5 for him. He's pretty cool. He's from 1997, and I just thought, that's kind of a cool thing, and it was the only thing not overpriced at the place we found him at. But we also found this guy for $6, and he may be that may be a bit high for him, but it was marked down to $3, so got him. He's an old basic figure, and I'll actually take him out of the bag so you can see him a bit better. And that's what he looks like. He's pretty basic, as you would guess, but he does have some pretty cool legs and arms, and it's basically the same as the Fabuland figures from a couple of years previous, which is kind of cool and kind of interesting, just with that very interesting head as well. We also got this Duplo guy. He was just in the bulk, and I was like, okay, so why not put him in the cups that they used? They were those old Lego cups that they used to have at Pick-a-Brick, and I got 3 of them. They were $7 each. I mean, that's a pretty good deal. So I got to fill those up, and he was in the bulk, so I got him. Same with this guy. Old McDonald's Happy Meal toy, Bionicle figure. I forget this guy's exact name, but he's from 2006, and he's pretty cool. He would be, as I said, in Happy Meal toys, and he does have a cool little feature there. There are a couple others. They were just a bit harder, and I couldn't fit them in the cup, so couldn't get those. But we do got this guy, and he's kind of interesting. Also, if you put a light up to his head, I probably can't show it on camera very well. I'll try and see if I can. I just checked, but I can't really show it well, but I will tell you what it is. You put him up to the light for through that transparent piece in the head, and it shows through the eyes as like an extremely bright eyes, and it kind of looks like they're lighting up. Pretty cool. Another weird thing, Jack Stone VHS tape, and I don't actually have any VHS tapes or VHS player, but we managed to watch this, and it was pretty good actually. For 2000s animation, it was kind of interesting. It's a 20-minute free thing that you could get with purchasing Jack Stone sets, and you can read about it here on the back. Kind of interesting. The main reason we also got this is because of how cheap it was. It was only $2, and online it's about $8 to $15, I believe. So kind of an interesting thing. Obviously, I'm not selling it. I mean, who would sell this magnificent copy? But very cool and very interesting to get. We can now move on to the printed pieces, which I think are even more interesting. Since we have so many here, we won't go over everything, but I'll just kind of pan over and show you everything interesting, or at least the things that I found most interesting. We have some figure parts, just a basic Pirates bandana and some Xalax Racer stuff, some Coast Guard stuff, police stuff. These go to the front of some old cars. I thought those were interesting, got them because I could. There's also a white one in here, here's it, and that just has the black, I believe it's debossed as well. Headlights, or this may be the smooth one actually. Kind of interesting, but yeah, there's some pieces with lines on them. I know some of those can be pretty good, and I also got these for the Highway Patrol van, or whatever it's called, Highway Emergency Van, because I have that set. I actually got the set. It has 2 sets of stickers, one with clear back and one with green back. I got the clear back, so found the green backs. Pretty cool. TV trucks piece. This goes to a McDonald's Happy Meal as well. Kind of interesting. These guys, no new ones here, but I'll be happy to add them to the totem pole. Don't know if I'll show you that at the end, but maybe I'll show it in the final picture or whatever. Some other stuff that's down here, it's also kind of interesting. Rescue is also another interesting theme or sub-theme of Lego Town. Some other stuff like that. This goes to the 1985 airport, a set that I do have, and I also got another piece for that we'll see later on, and just some other interesting stuff down here. Pretty cool. Now we can get on to the bulk, of which there is quite a bit, so I'm not going to go over everything. I'm just going to say the most interesting stuff, such as these boat pieces, and I need those for, you guessed it, a boat. Actually 2 boats. I'm trying to piece together both the, I forget what the set's name is, but I'll show you the pieces to the set, maybe you can tell. It's a pretty interesting set. I'll try to put the name up on screen here, but it has that sticker right there, and I'm almost done with completing it. Almost done with. I'm almost. It's almost done. I almost got all the pieces for it. That's what I mean to say, and I just think it's pretty interesting. I also got these pieces for that same set as well, and some other cool stuff here. Just some simple, basic pieces like that. I mean, you get a ton of them. They're kind of cool for building castles and stuff, so I just thought if I see them, I get them. We also got some plates. Those are just the most basic of plates. There's nothing really cool to say about them. This piece is actually supposed to go in the new pile. We did get some new pieces, mainly just shiny things and cool things like a trophy. But yeah, pretty basic there. We got a lot of hinge bricks. Obviously, hinges are very good to get. I mean, they break easily, so having a bunch of them in surplus is good. You can just look through these. This is an umbrella stand, actually, or not even an umbrella stand, but a flag, like staff that you can put a flag on from like old cavalry in Western and pirates and stuff like that. Just kind of interesting stuff there. We do have these going into the wheel section, and another interesting wheel piece is this. This is a vintage 1960s part here. I believe it is even like the very earliest couple years because it does have that old logo on it. Same with this piece. This is very dirty and I need to clean it up, but it is basically one of the first wheel chassis that they had in those old sets. Another one from slightly later in the 70s and another 60s, 70s one. Very cool and very nice to get a bunch of wheels here, including some wagon pieces and just other interesting stuff, including that weird truck piece. Kind of cool. Continuing with 60s parts, we do have one turntable from the 60s. This is actually supposed to be in the Technic pile. This is a 1960s turntable. I forget if it's 1963 to 1966 or if that's one of the other previous parts that I showed that was from the 60s. But it's really old and it's really cool. It has a very cool bottom as well, as you can see with patent pending on there. And I just thought that was interesting. Otherwise, just some old turntables in that old gray color and then an old white one as well. Not quite as old as that, though. Some Technic pieces. This piece I've never seen before, so I just thought it was interesting, got it. The other pieces are pretty basic, or common at least. And yeah, moving on, we got the floral pieces or stuff like that. Just some older ones, and I thought that was kind of interesting. Some windows. I don't have this window. As you know, or may know, I collect this type of window. And yeah, I don't have this color in this size, so very nice. So that's pretty cool to have now. Very nice. Some transparent pieces here. I had space, so I put an old tipper windshield in here. It's very yellowed, so I'll probably not use it for much, but it's kind of cool. This does go to the airport. I was missing all three of these. Now I'm missing only two, because three of them come in the set, and those are part of the air traffic control tower. You can look up that set. It's from 1985. It's actually probably one of my favorite old vintage sets. I just don't have it even close to being complete, but still a very nice set. We have some windows, or some doors actually here. Slightly older one from the 70s, and then a slightly newer one from the 80s. Some just simple round pieces and transparent pieces. And then some of my favorite parts, these big windshield pieces from space and other various themes back in the late 90s, I'd say. And they're very nice. I actually didn't have any before this, so this is very cool. I need some in yellow for some old space sets, but this is a very, very cool thing to get, and I'm happy that there were two of them there. They are a bit dirty, as you may be able to see, but they'll be definitely great to clean up and get in the collection. These are palm tree pieces. These are slightly newer ones. I believe they're in the new brown, the reddish brown, instead of the old brown, which I have plenty of. Or actually, I don't have plenty of. I only have one full complete palm tree in old brown. But still, very good to get more palm tree pieces, as they're always needed. Some of these, a lot of these actually, just these rounded parts that I thought were cool, and I got a good amount of them that I could find, and yeah. I don't know what they go to, couple sets probably from the 80s and 90s, probably mainly 90s, but very nice to get. Got some wall pieces from Pirates. That one's very yellowed. I may be able to clean it up with hydrogen peroxide or whatever it is. That's one of my plans in the future, to try experiment with that, see if that will work to fix some yellowing. Just some simple other weird pieces. That one's extremely dirty. I don't know why I even got that, but I got it apparently. We got this piece from some weird, I forget what the theme is even called, but there were some very cool ships that I've seen in the past from that theme, and I thought, might as well get this piece because I know that goes to some of them. We also got these weird pieces. One of them goes to the same set that this goes to. or maybe 2 of them even. I've seen that set before. I think it's a really cool set. Don't even have near to enough pieces to complete it, but I just thought that was cool, so I got them. And they're also octagons, so kind of interesting there. Just some simple pieces here. Simple pieces. This goes to a single set, the final duel. I forget if it's number 1 or 2 from 1999 Star Wars. Kind of cool. And that's basically it. A lot of pieces here, and a lot of interesting things that I managed to find for a pretty good price. But yeah, that's basically it. A lot of interesting stuff here, as I said, and a lot of cool pieces that'll be easily put to use. I plan to try and finish the set that I talked about earlier with that sticker that you saw the name to and the set number on screen. And yeah, maybe I'll review that if I am able to get it complete or close to complete. And that's pretty nice. But anyway, I do hope you enjoyed. Last thing, I thought I might as well show it. Got a cassette tape from, I believe, 1983. Gonna replace the case on it, but it looked pretty good condition, so might as well. And it's my favorite musician. Very cool. Anyway, I do hope you enjoyed, and I shall see you next time. Goodbye.